The tragic story of Leon Schuster, literally one of the greatest, one of the goats of South African comedy. If you know, you know. Take me back, man. Video by Plutoton. Let's get into it.
Leon Schuster is undoubtedly one of the most successful South African entertainers of all time. He broke multiple records in the film industry, has won several high achievement awards, was the most searched filmmaker on Google in South Africa in 2025, and signed massive deals with international media companies like Disney. However, Leon watched his whole life come crashing down when Showmax suspended his movies for being intentionally racist.
I find it very difficult to believe that there's a bunch of American movies that are very racist. So why they must remove mine, I don't know.
Okay, that's kind of crazy because I think it's something that we all notice, like within today's society, quote unquote woke. You know, you just get those people who get triggered by certain type of jokes. Like, dude, it's not even about like, okay, if he can say a joke, like why can't I? It's like, yo, dude, it's just banter. Ain't no need to be so touched. I'm sure y'all see Drewski going through the same thing, but hey, like literally, like please, sir, get the sand out of your if you know what I mean.
On top of that, he was receiving death threats from passionate movie critics who hated how his films portrayed black people. And with the current net worth of $3 million, you would likely think that Leon Schuster is living his best life. But unfortunately, he also suffers from depression, loneliness, and is basically imprisoned inside of his own bedroom because of a severe life-altering medical condition, which forced him to retire from the entertainment industry in the most physically painful way. Before being rich and famous,
Damn, dude, and I won't lie, it has actually been quite a while, like a good while since I've heard of or from Leon Schuster. It's crazy how we take these type of people for granted, like people who can literally put the biggest laughs and smiles on our faces just as we were kids, and as we grow up, they tend to just become a memory. A core memory in my facts at least, but like damn, it's like you wouldn't even know or suspect somebody who had phenomenal, okay, I know it would be debatable for some people, but phenomenal sense of humor for me to actually be going through depression and stuff like that.
Leon Schuster was a normal student at Jim Fauci High School. Upon passing his matric, he went to the University of Free State to study for a Bachelor of Arts, and after graduating, Leon went back to his previous high school to become a teacher, while at the same time still trying to pursue a career in the entertainment industry. In 1975, he applied for a job at SABC and was eventually hired as an Afrikaans radio producer. This included segments where Leon Schuster would make prank calls to random people, and also dressed up in costumes in order to cause chaos at the studio.
Judge, I want to... You can't do this. Huh? You can't... Please leave my studio. Please leave my studio. I just want to talk to the people.
Nah, dude. Coming to see this, like, okay, I won't lie. I'm not gonna act like I've been known Leon Schuster, like, since back in the days. I didn't even know he did one of those radio pranks at all. Let alone he had VS tape looking like quality skits from back in the days. But that just comes to prove how much of a veteran this guy is, dude. Like he wasn't new to this, he was true to this.
Frik, wie sê die man? Wie sê die man, Frik?
Leon Schuster.
Leon, wat gaan aan jou?
Ons het jou 'n bietjie gat geskeur vanoggend. Jy's nie regtig op die lug.
With the success at radio, he transitioned to the film industry by releasing his first ever movie called You Must Be Joking, where he would disguise himself into different characters to prank random people in the public, while there's hidden cameras to capture their reaction.
What are you doing? Hey! What are you doing? You idiot! I told you got a license!
I'm sorry.
My bad if I'm pausing quite a lot in this video, but can we just take the time to appreciate the wildest scenarios this guy would set up for his skits, dude. Like, insane. It's this one skit that I remember, dude. Yo, it had me in tears. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it actually. Okay, I can't find the specific one that I was looking for, but I'm sure most of y'all probably know this skit where I think it's him and Shorty. Y'all remember that little dude that he was always acting with when they were selling licenses, like fake or illegal licenses, like ekasi. They were literally selling any type of license, driver's license, friggin', I think engineering license. You had a lady who literally looks like she walked straight out of the spaza and pulled up to buy a pilot's license to fly a plane, mind you. Absolute cinema. Okay, but I found this one. This one also had me in tears, I won't lie. The snake scene when the two dudes are looking for a new job and they get a new job, but it's actually a prank. Let me not spoil it.
No, they are just waiting for work. And sooner or later, something will come along and they'll find the right job. In fact, we created a unique opportunity for some local guys. We opened a pet shop and gave a slippery job to these two Chinas.
By the way, whoever was on makeup duty for Leon Schuster, chef's kiss, dude. Chef's kiss. Drewski's makeup team probably learned a couple of things from them.
The other China is me.
Me, Apong, Sanghyo, what's your name? Chamil. Titi. Pepe. Danke. Wakarimaska. Today, we
Wakarimaska.
new pet shop. We clean. Then paint wall green, wall blue. Lots of animal come in here. Okay. Get rubbish out. Okay. All rubbish. From Mr. Bromley. Wakarimaska. I must tell you, this.
And I used to spam the hell out of that word after watching this skit, dude. Actually, for you 2Ks, y'all know Wakarimaska from that, what is it, Korean TikTok song. Wakona Oseku Wakarimasu. I know this word from back in the days. Leon Schuster. Bruh. I'm sorry, bro. I'm just getting lost in my ways, reminiscing. Let's get back to it. Oh my days.
Hey! No. This one, he did not like the snake, but we convinced him to come back.
Let me tell you, this most dangerous snake in Africa, okay? This snake, he bite you,
GG's.
you die. Not yesterday, to die, you die. Also, let me show you to do some wakarimaska for me here. Also.
Then I took them outside and gave them a little job to do. While inside, Snake Hunter was taking snakes out of cage and hiding them away.
Inside, leave box. Please no. You start clean. Go. And do not go near snake.
Gents literally think, you know, they just want a peace job. GG.
Then I turn off lights.
And looking back at it now, I mean, okay, some of these pranks were kind of stupid. How are you gonna have a floating snake literally scare the crap out of you? But hey, let me not ruin it, you know.
What is wrong?
You've been shocked. Shock Schuster.
Dude.
Leon, ja, bitte, danke, Leon.
Core memories of all time, bro. Well, one of my comedy core memories.
Wait, hey! What are you doing again? I told you, you got a license. I'm sorry about you got a license. Look at this. I'm sorry. Dan's gonna move you, man. I'm sorry about this. He's gonna move you. The clutch There's no clutch slipping here. You should have waited for me. I said I'm gonna open the bloody door, man. I'm sorry about this, but you want to sell me a car that the clutch...
And can we actually take a moment to just realize how brave this guy was, dude? Like, pranking people, not just any people, dog. Like, South Africans, especially back in the days. Like, these weren't just your, hip, TikTok knowing, people, dude. These were, And for him to be going out doing this in disguises as, no, that's brave of him.
Despite getting mixed reviews of 5.8 stars out of 10, Leon continued to produce a sequel, You Must Be Joking Too, that ended up making 43 million rands worldwide at the box office. Following this was a series of other comedy films like Oh Shucks It's Schuster, Oh Shucks Here Comes Untag, Sweet and Short, and There's a Zulu on My Stoop, which became a fan favorite.
Zulu on My Stoop? Respect on Zulu on My Stoop. You gotta put respect on that one. And can we just, it's so weird. The amount of feces that were in this movie, it had to be illegal or just strange, dude. Like, is Zulu on My Stoop the one where he was like, fat one, go down? Yeah.
Fan favorite.
Everybody's favorite.
Therefore becoming the highest grossing South African film in South Africa's box office history and also well favored by fans in Eastern Europe. Additionally, in 1995, during the Rugby World Cup hosted in South Africa, Leon Schuster released an album called Here Comes the Springboks, which won an award for the best-selling CD of the year at the South African Music Awards and was later certified double platinum. Though unfortunately, even with all that success, Leon Schuster's personal life behind
Leon Schuster used to make music. Okay, I guess it was that one time, but damn, this guy was actually multi-talented.
closed doors was falling apart as he divorced his wife Lely Schuster in 1999, but that didn't stop him from going into one of the biggest movie runs of all time. In 2001, Leon Schuster released a comedy movie called Mr. Bones, which goes like this. After surviving a
It was actually Mr. Bones with the fat one go down, I think. I don't know, just correct me in the comment section.
plane crash as an infant, a little white boy is adopted by an African tribe living in the wilderness, where he grows up to become a traditional healer called Mr. Bones. Meanwhile, the king of the tribe is in a desperate situation where he needs a biological son to take over his kingdom after he dies, but he keeps having daughters instead.
This time, I'll produce you a male child.
Talk is cheap. I've heard the same story 6 times.
And fast forward 35 years later, the king is still having the same problem.
17 children, and not one of them is son. Why?
After this, the king then asked Mr. Bones to predict the gender of his next child, only for him to find out that the king already has a son with a black American woman who had once traveled to Africa as a tourist. Nevertheless, Mr. Bones is then sent on a mission to go out into the world to find the king's son and bring him back home. To which then the movie switches to introduce an American professional golfer and his coach, who both later would go on to have encounters with Mr. Bones, and believing that the golfer is the king's lost.
Is it just me, or was I the only one who thought this guy was Tiger Woods? Like, I was literally convinced as a child that Oh snap! They had Tiger Woods in the movie. Unless I think that was the only golfer I knew as. I don't know.
Son, Mr. Bones tries everything in his power to bring him back to the kingdom. On the other hand, the coach is left searching for the golfer while causing chaos to the locals, not knowing that he is the actual son that Mr. Bones is looking for.
You my son? No kidding. Yes, I did. You were daddy?
Released in November 2001, Mr. Bones became one of Leon Schuster's most successful films, with the Variety article stating, making the achievement more noteworthy is that Mr. Bones was up against big-budget blockbusters such as Harry Potter and The Lord of the Rings during the South African summer season. More specifically, Mr. Bones generated 2.9 million rands domestically within the first 3 days of its
opening sales. Mr. Bones was already topping Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. Some of the biggest movie franchises to ever exist till this day. Put respect on my man's name. That is insane, dude. Especially for back in the days, guys. I need y'all to like also remember that this was back in the days before we had TikTok like going crazy like that, or monetization of comedy alone going crazy. This was like Drewski making Avengers money at the time, dude. 33 million total gross. He topped it by a whole 10 tickets, dude. Like,
release, with that figure becoming 33 million rands just 1 year later, which was more than Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. Even though it was the highest grossing South African film at the time, just 3 movies later, Schuster broke his own record with Mr. Bones 2 grossing at 35 million rands. In 2012, after filming the movie Mad Buddies, Leon Schuster signed a marketing and distribution deal with Disney to make the movie international,
dude, I literally had Mad Buddies on DVD as well, dude. Oh my gosh, the memory lane that this is taking me down. And it's movies like these that literally brought families together in the living room, dude. Like, I'd say for sure one of you who's probably watching this right now has watched a Leon Schuster movie with your pops or your moms. Definitely with your siblings. Like, nah. The power of comedy, the power of laughter.
would have been a huge achievement if his movies were not always considered intentionally racist. For example, in 2009, an academic lecturer from the University of Wits wrote a monologue that read, "To this day, Schuster uses comedy to conceal his motives, that is, to negatively define black people through laughter." Furthermore, Mr. Bones, released in 2001, also plays on the idea of the white race as the savior of black people. In engaging with Schuster, it has been clear that racist ideologies such as that of white supremacy are still alive and well. Even though the movie There's a Zulu on My Stoop was massively successful internationally, it was also harshly reviewed by movie critics. TV Guide called it a Home Alone copycat. Movie Guide said that the movie thinks lightly of criminal activities, with Variety also writing, "Little interest is shown in modulating or keeping the events vaguely within the realms of possibility." And after the release of Mad Buddies, a movie critic from Sowetan wrote, "Schuster is a film criminal and he deserves to be dead by camera, because there's no record of him attending film school to learn his craft."
Who the hell pissed him off? Eba for right? Do you need help? Stint, dog. Stint. Like, you want the guy to be off of making jokes that are not even directly targeted at you, or oh my gosh, dude. That's the thing I'm saying. Like, all of this chit chat about his stuff being racist, they're not being racist, dude. I feel like the whole joke is about how a certain somebody is. Like, for example, he's not targeting black people. He's targeting a street vendor in his characteristics of how he acts, in a certain way, in terms of like, how a para may move if he's making a skit about a para, or how a foreign salesman may, act out if, a certain scenario's happening. You see, and it's not even like he's just doing one type of person. Like if it was like solely a black character, now he's always disguising himself and putting on makeup as a black person, like all throughout his career, then it's like, okay, maybe a little bit of black, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, dude, I think some people just fail to get the idea of the joke that,
before adding, well done on Mad Buddies, bro. The script and the production are not too shabby, but bro, please lose the racial touch in your next project. It's a tiring subject, okay? Think out of the racial box for a change, please. To which Leon Schuster
if you don't like it, keep it pushing. Literally. If you don't like it, keep it pushing. Here's the thing. Pineapple on pizza is not for everybody. Some people may like it. Do they deserve to get shot? No. Do they deserve to be frowned upon?
responded, "My films are for the people, not for the critics. Critics only write for other critics, and one said I should be shot." Furthermore, during the Black Lives Matter movement in 2020, the streaming service Showmax removed a lot of Leon Schuster's movies, including Mama Jack, citing that the films might be potentially offensive to black people. For instance, in the movie called Panic Mechanic, there's a scene where Leon Schuster is painted as a black man and says,
"Fine, I'm okay, thank you." Bro, you look stressed out. Man, what's your problem? You know what really stresses me out? You people. Now, you cameraman.
And also, there's a part where he says the word gaffer, which means a chief electrician in a film or television production unit, but the public took it as Leon wanting to say the K word.
I didn't ask you for the tripod, I asked the gaffer for the lights here, okay? Ons moet bietjie dink. Gaffer! Gaffer!
You're talking to
Gaffer!
You're talking to me.
Can you hear that I'm talking to you, you dumb, stupid devil?
No one said that to me and gets away with it.
With many years of doing
Okay, people getting mad at that is the equivalent of people taking clips out of context. Like, if you don't watch or try to get the joke from the get-go, like, of course you're gonna get offended and, jump to conclusions after hearing from your friend who probably thinks Leon should off himself because he makes racist jokes and tells you that he said that word, but it's literally, as he said, somebody who's responsible for lights. Like, hey, why am I defending him so much? But shame, it's not even like I'm defending him. It's just common sense of getting comedy.
taking punches and slaps from other people, Leon Schuster's body consequently became more fragile and caused him serious medical issues. As in 2023, during the making of the third installment of Mr. Bones, Leon Schuster fell off a van and severely injured his back while filming, prompting him to be rushed to the hospital where he was operated. And after the surgery, he appeared to be in stable condition and recovering, with people visiting him at the hospital. However, because back surgeries usually also come with bladder complications, in May 2024, Leon Schuster woke up from his sleep to go to the toilet, not realizing that he had accidentally peed on the floor, and as a result, he slipped on his own urine and injured his back again. Explaining in an interview, "I got up confused and wanted to go to the toilet, but I had no idea where I was. I got up, wet my pants, stepped in the urine and fell on my back. Then I felt tremendous pain. I felt as if they could cut my back and give the bones to the dogs. I just laid there and screamed. Therefore, in late 2025, Leon was scheduled to undergo another operation, but first, he has to lose 15 kilograms to ensure that he doesn't suffer more complications. He fears
Yeah, dude. This is like he was going through it, damn. Medically, I feel like these are like we eventually had old people problems. It only makes sense, dude, with the amount of work that he was doing, all those stunts, it had to catch up to him. Unfortunately, how old is this dude? Let me just check real quick how old he is. Because mind you, even like back in the days when he was making these movies and skits, he was already like kind of old. Maybe like not old, but you could best like call him way past Unk. Damn. Time flies, guys. So he's 75 as of, yeah, this year. He already turned 75 years old. Bruv. Nah, time flies for real, dude. God really blessed this man. Like 75 years. That's quite old.
he has to lose 15 kilograms to ensure that he doesn't suffer more complications. He further added, "The doctor told me he can only take away 50% of my pain. It's a very delicate operation, and if any mistake is made, it can have severe consequences." He also opened up about his mental health, saying, "You look for company, you don't want to be alone. If no one visits me, I sit on my stoop and think about life, which is not a good thing. One should be busy. I'm a hermit trapped in my house. I can't drive myself, I can't fly. The walls of my house are my company and loneliness, my friend."
This is actually so sad. So Leon Schuster, the most famous South African comedian of all time, has revealed that he actually struggles with severe depression. He said in a recent interview that he struggles with loneliness. He even said that his biggest fear in life is that he will die alone. Isn't it just heartbreaking?
Following this, in August,
Damn, bro, that's actually very sad to hear. It's like some of the things that we might take for granted, actually, like in our regular day-to-day lives, you would never think about it, or it could easily slip your mind how the person that actually makes your day, by just dropping those little gems, complimenting, how you look, how you smell, or just putting a smile on your face in any way, buying you that candy bar, buying you lunch, or whatever. And we take it for granted sometimes, but it's literally like, yo, who checks up on them? Like, who puts a smile on their face? Like, yeah, most times those people have the blessing and the power. It's a skill to wake up and literally maintain your energy and put your own smile on your face. Because think about it, if they're always there for you, who's always there for them?
2025, MultiChoice quietly lifted their suspension on Leon Schuster's movies, allowing them to return to DSTV and Showmax after removing them from its platforms for alleged racial insensitivity. These include movies like Sweet and Short, Oh Shucks It's Schuster, You Must Be Joking, You Must Be Joking Too, Shucks Payback the Money, Frank and Fearless, Mr. Bones 2, and
Oh my, real quick, who remembers when Comedy Central was literally surviving? Okay, maybe not solely surviving, but they were literally thriving off of Leon Schuster's skits. Like, this man actually pushed for DSTV as well. Comedy Central, what? Get out of here.
and Mama Jack. 2 months later, he was honored with the special award at the National Film and TV Awards of South Africa, as well as given a Lifetime Achievement Award and crowned as South Africa's King of Comedy. Many fans are also wishing for one last movie from Leon Schuster, with Trevor Noah also giving,
as expected, as well deserved. he definitely deserved that
him
award.
his flowers on his podcast.
Yes, Leon Schuster's amazing. Don't slander Leon Schuster on my podcast,
It's not
guys.
slander.
And guys, don't dare anyone.
I had to go learn.
Anyone step into my world and slander Leon Schuster. I
Even
saw South
Trevor
Africans
knew.
slandering that man a few years ago. I was like, yo, guys, if I was here, I would have fought for that man. Eh? But the way Leon Schuster
Trevor.
exposed racism in South Africa,
Man.
that man went as an
He could have
Indian.
angered people without being a person of color.
Yes,
But he chose
He
that.
went as an Indian, and then people like, it's blackface. What? No, it wasn't black. He was in disguise. There's a difference. Blackface is mocking a person for their race. This man went in disguise. Leon Schuster, for me, was one of the most informative experiences I had about South Africa.
It was
I was
deeply
like,
educational.
because I was like,
Even though Leon Schuster's movies were often criticized
really
for
was.
racial insensitivity, fast forward today, more than 4 of his movies are now used at universities as case studies for academic students. However, recently he shared how difficult his life has been after multiple surgeries, saying, "It feels like a kind of hell that has been multiplied over the years. There's no way out for me but to take painkillers every day of my life. I've been to 3 neurosurgeons who told me that they can't operate where other doctors have already operated, because if they make a mistake and the damage is even worse, they can be blamed. I already had a knee replacement for my left knee years ago. Now it looks like I might have to have a second knee replacement." He also revealed that he's unable to enjoy outdoor activities and that sometimes his friends visit him to watch rugby, but after the match, he goes straight to bed because his back becomes incredibly painful after sitting upright on the couch for 90 minutes, which is ironically sad, how someone who spent his entire life
Yeah, I feel like one of the most cursed, and don't get me wrong, it has its blessings, things in this life is aging. Like, aging is really hectic. Growing up, getting to your peak, getting older and wiser, and then it hits a certain age where you just start to, in a way, somehow grow backwards, if that makes sense. But I mean, it's a blessing that he's still alive. He has given us some of the best comedy to ever come out of South Africa. He literally was a big part of the blueprint, and I just hope he has the closest people to him right by his side on, his closer to his last days. God forbid that, that day comes anytime sooner. But yeah, nobody like this who's given us laughs that sound literally like the craziest dude. We used to be in tears because of this man. Like, nobody deserves to, go through loneliness like that and depression. But that was a W video by Plutoton. It really took me back, opened up a couple of core memories. Otherwise, if you haven't yet, like, comment, and subscribe. Till next time.